Remember that this is an opaque color corrector, so it's quite strong pigment. So therefore it works better on extreme dark circles, and if you're using more of a kind of opaque concealer as well, you know? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is all about educational beauty. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to cover dark areas with orange color corrector, exactly how you should use it. And I'm also going to be talking about the different textures that you have. Now, if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm also on Instagram, so please do come say hi there too. I think let's head straight into the video now. Even though I've covered this topic before, I really wanted to do this again. It's more of an updated version, and also it's really relevant at the moment to me because I have some major darkness going on, as you can probably tell. Oh my god, my eye area is just horrendous, and there are other areas that I'm feeling like it's a little bit dark because I'm suffering with jet lag. I just got back recently from New York, and oh my god, it was amazing. But at the same time, the jet lag is real. Like, honestly, I actually Googled it. I Googled, is there another way to deal with jet lag, or what can I do to help it? Because honestly, I'm just literally sitting there on, like, during the day, and I'm like, I'm falling asleep. Is so bad. Anyway, I have nothing on my skin. We're gonna get started with my eye cream. I'm using my Drunk Elephant C Tango because I need that kind of vitamin C. I need that brightening effect to my skin. What I'm doing is I'm using my skincare initially to help with that brightening, and then we're gonna move on to the orange color corrector so that you guys can really see how you can use it. Now, there are different textures of orange color corrector. You get like color correcting primers, you also get like the opaque finish, which is similar to what I'm going to be using today, and you get much more kind of like fluid liquidy color correctors. It really does depend on the type of finish you want, but also how drastic are your dark areas that you're trying to kind of like brighten up and cover. So for example, if you use an opaque cream color corrector, then that's going to really give you that solid color, so it's going to really help to brighten up those extreme dark circles, and that's what I'm going to be using today. If you use more of a liquid color corrector or like a primer style color corrector, that's not really going to work as well as an opaque finish color corrector. The reason being is because it's a lot more fluid, so that kind of like solid color isn't there, that coverage isn't there initially. So just bear that in mind. If you only have very subtle dark circles, then a liquid orange color corrector is going to work great for you. But if you have quite extreme dark circles, then this is what we're going to go for today, which is the opaque color corrector. Now, my eye cream is done. I'm going to apply some vitamin C serum. I'm using my Wind Oasis Bright Multi Brightening Serum. This stuff is packed with vitamin C, so it's really going to target that dullness that you have. Also, it has that prickly pear extract, so what that does is help to kind of naturally exfoliate your skin. Okay, I'm just going to put like a little drop on my fingers, and then just smooth this over. So at least now I've got my skincare kind of like helping to target that dark issue that I have, and also help to kind of like target the dullness as well. So at least then I've got something else working on that darkness rather than just my color corrector. Also, by the way, you only use this in the morning. It's great for the morning. They have other products as well that I love using in the evening, but this stuff is really good for just dullness in general. I do feel like it actually helps to brighten my skin, but it also adds that glow to my skin too. Put some moisturizer on. I'm going to use my Wind Marrakesh Witch. Right, let's get started with this orange color corrector. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury color corrector, and this is in the shade Tan number 3. It's an opaque color corrector, and it looks like that. I absolutely love this because I feel like it's the perfect kind of compact that I need for it. It's opaque. Like, I don't think I know of another one which I've loved so much. I really used to love the Kryolan color corrector, but it's loose, so it doesn't come in like in nice packaging. So this is really, really nice. You can use this as blush after as well if you want, but I genuinely just use it as color corrector. Now, we've got our skincare on. I do have some of you asking me in some videos, like, how come you didn't use a primer in this video? It really depends on how many kind of like layers I'm working with. If I feel like I really don't need a primer today, then I won't use it. If I'm using something like an orange color corrector, I don't feel like I want to really add an extra layer because I've already got this layer going on, and plus I don't feel like I actually need it today. If you really feel like you need a primer is just there to give you a nice smooth base before you apply your foundation and your makeup. If you want to, you would apply it now before you go in with your color corrector. I'm not going to, so let's just stick with that. Now what I'm going to do is use this with my finger to just warm it up, because it's quite an opaque color corrector, so you've got to warm it up slightly, otherwise it is a little bit chalky. But it warms up really quickly and really easily, and it's super like easy to blend too. Now the whole point is that we get that color corrector on and you can see that orange. There's no point in applying it and then just blending it in so that you can't even see the orange. That's not doing anything. We need that to be almost, it's neutralizing the darkness. So it's there to kind of like neutralize that gray, dull look to our skin, and then we're going to go over with our concealer and our foundation. Okay, so I'm going to start off with applying this in the areas that I know that I need it. Now the under eye is the first area, so I'm just going to pat it on. Forget about blending at the moment. I am literally just going to pat this on. This might actually look like a lot, but it's not actually a lot, because once you blend it in, you'll see it actually blends really well. Now, another place I really do feel like I need this at the moment is my eyelids. Now, I'm going to use a brush for this because my nails won't allow me to get in there. This is the Zoeva 146 brush, and I'm just kind of like pressing it into that. And then I'm just going to like go right into my eyelid there. Most of the time I find it pretty easy to cover dark circles with just concealer, but at the moment they're really bad because of the whole jet lag thing. Okay, a couple of other areas are here. That's wherever I want to apply it. I don't need to apply it anywhere else. Now what I'm going to do is stick with this brush and start blending the edges mostly. As long as you don't have too much on the center section, you can just blend the edges. But if you feel like you've applied a little bit too much and it's just kind of like a whole load sitting there, then obviously buff in on the center area too. I'm going to use the brush for this area here, and I'm literally just dabbing on top. So you don't really need to kind of like move the brush along. You don't need to glide it side to side. Just buffing it in will be fine. So you can still see that orange there. You can use your finger, you don't have to use a brush, but my nail's just getting away. So, okay, there you go. Now the whole point is you still see the orange. You're not going to see it once you cover it with concealer and everything, but initially you should be able to see it. Okay, we're going to go in with our concealer. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape in 35N medium, and I'm just going to apply this as normal. You've got to remember to basically ignore the orange and just carry on as normal. So you don't want to add extra makeup. You just want to apply whatever it is that you usually apply, and maybe possibly even a little bit less, but not any more than what you usually would do. You've got to remember that, because it's quite easy to automatically think, right, I need to apply more because I need to cover this orange up. You don't need to focus on that, because the orange, trust me, will get covered up by the concealer anyway. Remember that this is an opaque color corrector, so it's quite strong pigment, so therefore it works better on extreme dark circles, and if you're using more of a kind of opaque concealer as well, you know. If you use an ultra light concealer, like liquid concealer, over this, you may find it a little bit more difficult to work with, because you've got major pigment and then you've got like not much pigment in your concealer, so you've got to balance it out. It's got to work with the right type of concealer. So we're going to go in, and I'm going to start with my eyelid. Sorry, I always start with my eyelid. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of concealer to cover this area. Okay, just going to buff this in to the lids. I've still got my lash extensions on, and they were amazing for New York, guys. I think I need a top up soon, so I was wondering, should I like just let them go now or get a top up? I think I might get one more top up and then take a break, because I don't like getting them done too often. So as you can see, look at that. It's covered it completely. It's actually way brighter than had I have put that concealer on without any color corrector. We're gonna go ahead and do the other side now. Oh my God, guys, I had so much fun in New York. I had the best time ever. I really miss my sisters. It was so much fun. We found some really cool places to go to, which are probably well known for most people in the US or New Yorkers, but you know, for us, we were like, oh, this is a really cool find. Like, we went to the Time Out Market. That's not necessarily somewhere that no one knows of. It was so much fun. It was really good. Now we're going to go in with a little bit of powder. So I'm using my Ben Nye Banana powder and my Laura Mercier powder puff, and I'm just going to press just over the lids so we can get that set so I don't have to worry about any creasing. Just dust it off with your brush. I'm using my Real Techniques. Let me just brush through my lashes. This is just the spoolie that they gave me at the salon. By the way, these lashes are done by Snob Salon in Dubai. Guys, if you ever visit, you've got to go to this salon and tell them that I sent you. My friend owns the salon and honestly, it's just the best salon. They do the best lashes. You can show them any picture, even of like strip lashes, and say this is the type of lash that I want and they'll do it. And they're just so accommodating. They're very, very good. So I would highly recommend them. Okay, let's carry on with the rest of the face now. So we're going to apply our concealer as normal. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know this is like how I usually apply my concealer, and about the same amount as well. I always like to kind of like sculpt a little bit with my concealers, so that's why I do all this. I'm just going to buff in these other areas. So I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush. And just gonna buff this in. See, I'm doing everything as normal. I'm not even thinking about, hold on, what if I move the color corrector around underneath or anything. That was done as normal. Now I'm gonna go in with my sponge, my beauty blender, which is damp, by the way. And I'm just gonna start buffing this in. So same as I always do. Okay, see how that is just as normal? And it's so much brighter. Guys, had I put my concealer on without this, trust me, you would be able to see those dark circles. I know that you guys also, like some of you guys, do struggle with this. Because sometimes I get comments from you guys saying, listen, Nina, I've put my concealer on, I've got really dark circles, and I've put a decent amount on, like I've used Tarte Shape Tape or the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, which is like heavy duty, and I still see those dark circles coming through. I totally get you, because it does happen sometimes when it's like, you know, when you're just really tired or you're just struggling and it doesn't get covered because somehow even like the hollowness comes through, which is something which you can never really cover because it's the actual dimension of your face. This, trust me, is not how it would look had I have only put concealer. Let's do the other side. And I'm not gliding the sponge, I'm buffing as I usually do, which is basically pressing. Let's go in with some dark concealer just so that we can contour the face. If you want to see a video on contouring and how I do that using concealer, then head over to my playlist on my channel, which should be named Contouring. I'm using my Hollywood complexion brush. I'm just gonna buff this in, take that into the hairline, and then this area here, I'm just gonna buff. I miss New York, guys. I just literally wanna click my fingers and be back there. I miss it. I went in April as well, last year, and I have to say this trip was way better because I feel like there was a lot of, so much of New York was kind of closed when I went in April last year. So I was like, oh my God, what's going on? This is just not the normal New York. But with everything that happened, I guess I kind of expected it. People were still kind of recovering. This time it was totally back to normal. I had so much fun. I'm using my dual foundation, the Forever Matte in 3W. And let's just kind of buff this on as we usually do. My hair is so frizzy, it's unreal. So you can't see the orange color corrector at all, and it's brightened up my whole face. So now I'm gonna go in with my powder. I'm just gonna press this as usual on my under eye area. Just gonna dust it away with my big veil brush. I'm just wiping away any makeup on my brows so that I can do them. Because I just want you to see the whole face, you know, when at least like basic things like my brows are done. I'm just gonna like sculpt my face. So I'm just using my Fenty Sunstalker in Shady Biz with my 200 brush from Fenty. And just kind of like sculpting my nose. Just kind of contouring it a little bit to just slim it down. I'm using my Dior Rouge Blush in 556, and I'm just gonna like add some color to my cheeks. I really like this blush. This is my oldest brush. I'll try and find the link to it. It's a 011 brush. And then using my veil brush from Hourglass, my Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in Private Island, I'm just going to sculpt my face a little bit. So just warm it up from the perimeter a little bit. See, everything else is completely as normal in terms of your application and the products that you use after you've applied that orange color corrector. I'm using my Lime Crime Bushy Brow Pen in Baby Brown, and I'm just going to draw in some kind of little hairs. Now I'm going to use my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and just kind of shape them. Let's add just a little bit of highlight. I'm going to use my Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in Kitten. And this is my 134 brush from Zoeva. I just really want you to see finished base, you know, and how the orange just does not disrupt with however you do your makeup after. Even with the makeup look completely done, you can't see that orange color corrector. Even though we used a high pigment, opaque finish color corrector, you can't see it. I really hope those of you that become a little bit kind of scared of using kind of opaque orange color corrector, that you've seen that you can easily cover it up. Remember that your concealer and your foundation that you use, either or, should balance out, like be level to the texture of the color corrector that you're using. If you use a very fluid light pigment color corrector, then you want to make sure that you probably use you can use an opaque kind of concealer on top, but that color corrector isn't going to really do much to extreme darkness. So you've seen how my face looked before and how it looks now. It looks a lot brighter, less tired, less dull. It definitely doesn't look like I'm struggling at the moment with jet lag or lack of sleep. As I said earlier, remember, if you're using a high pigment opaque finish color corrector, you're better off using a kind of good coverage concealer on top, because if you use a fluid one on top of that, it's just not going to really do much. So you've got to make sure that you use something that can handle that high pigment color corrector too. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this today, and wherever you are in the world, I'm sending you loads of good vibes, and I hope your day is full of laughter and lots of love. I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I hope it's really helped you with understanding orange color corrector and how to cover up those dark areas. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments box below. As always, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.